So I spent the last 72 hours doing something I should have done years ago. I let AI analyze my top 10 competitors in the digital marketing space, and what it found. It completely changed how I see my own business. Here's the thing, I wasted 2 years trying to figure out what works by trial and error. 2 years. I failed at CPA marketing, burned money on Facebook ads, and went now here and launched a project called World Winner CPA that absolutely tanked. But in just 3 days using AI tools, I uncovered the strategies that would have taken me months to figure out manually. And today, I am walking you through the exact process, the tools I used, the most importantly, the strategies I found that you can apply right now. I am Rishajit, and if you've tried of guessing what your computers are doing right while you are stuck spinning this video for you, let's get into it. Before I show you what I found, let me ask you something. How many of you are creating content, running campaigns, or building products based on what you think will work instead of what's already working for someone else in your space? Yeah, I don't. For way too long back in 2023, I was launching digital products on content without any real data. I was essentially building a plane while trying to fly it. And you know what happened? I crashed hard. Here's what nobody tells about you, your competitors analysis. It's not about copying, it's about understanding the patterns of success in your industry. It's about seeing what's resonating with your audience because you are trying already enough with your competitors. The problem is traditional competitors analysis taken forever. You are mainly scrolling through website, taking screenshots, building spreadsheets, trying to piece together their content strategy, their traffic source, their positioning, and it's exhausting. That's where AI changed everything. According to a 2024 study, a business using AI for competitive intelligence reduced research time by 73% while increasing accuracy. That's not just convenient, that's the competitive advantage. So here's what I did and what you can do too. Alright, let me show you my exact setup. I use 3 main AI tools and I will tell you why I picked is on. Tool number 1, ChatGPT 4, the brain of the operation. I use this to create custom competitor analysis framework instead of asking generic question. I built a specific prompt that analyzed competitors across 7 key dimensions: content strategy, audience engagement, monetization method, SEO approach, social proof, unique positioning, and traffic sources. Tool 2, SEMrush with AI insights for SEO and traffic data. This gave me the hard numbers. I could see exactly which keywords my competitors rank for, where their traffic comes from, which pieces of content platform based. The AI feature identifies content gaps, topics your competitors and are not converting that you could on. Tool number 3, Perplexity AI for deep research. This was my secret weapon. I used to research each competitor's background, their founder's story, measure props they have made, and even customer reviews. This gave me context that pure data can't provide. Now here's the framework I used, and you can literally pause this video and screenshot this. The 7-pillar competitors analysis framework. Content DNA. What formats do they use? Video, blog, podcast. What's their publishing frequency? Audience psychology. What pain points they address? What language do they use? The traffic structure. Where does their traffic come from? Organic, paid, social, referral. Monetization map. How do they make money? Product, service, ads, or affiliates. Engagement patterns. What content gets most comments, shares, saves. Positioning statement. How do they differentiate themselves? Growth trajectory. Are they growing or declining? I feed this framework into ChatGPT and analyze 10 competitors, but here's what surprised me most. Funding AI tool, the 80-20 content rule, nobody's talking about AI, showed me that my top performing competitors, what are posting more? They are posting smarter. 80% of their content was educational and value driven. Building authority and trust. Only 20% was promotional. But here's the kicker. That 20% promotional content was strategically placed right after that highest performing educational pieces. For example, on competitor I analyzed, published their deep dive tutorials, then follows up with a soft piece for their course. The conversion rates on that fourth pieces, according the engagement data, it was 5x higher than random promotional post. I was doing the opposite. I was promoting too many, too early, too often before building enough trust. That's why my World Winnership project failed. I was selling before serving. Funding number 2, the SEO strategy that are all using every single top competitors was ranking for problem hour keywords, not just solution hour ons. Let me explain. I was targeting keywords like best SEO tools, solution hour. People already know they need SEO tools. But my competitors was also ranking for them, like why is my website not getting traffic? Problem hour, people don't know the solution yet. The AI analysis showed that problem hour content had 3x more organic reach because it was top of funnel. It brought now people in, then its solution hour content converted them. That was a light bulb moment. I immediately create a content map showing the journey of problem hour to solution hour to product hour. Game changer. Finding number 3, the positioning pattern. This was stable but powerful. AI analyzed the language patterns across all competitors' websites, and I noticed something. The most successful ones are not positioning themselves as gurus or experts. They position themselves as guides who have been while you are. Sounds familiar? That's literally what I do now, but I don't realize it was a strategy until I saw pattern. On computer says I am not some overnight success story. I spent 7 years figuring this out, so you don't have to another says. I failed at this 3 times before I got it right. Let me show you the shortcuts. The AI picked up and on emotional language markers, fallibility, reliability, shared struggle. There's whispered corporate brands taking down customers. Those are not real people taking to place, and you know what? The engagement rates were 40% higher than competitors who use traditional expert positioning. Funding 4. The community most made this funding hit different for me. The competitors with the largest staying power were not just creating content, they were building communities. They had Facebook groups, Discord servers, email lists with 50% open rates and active comment sections. But here's what I revealed. They were using a specific engagement framework. After every piece of content, they asked on a specific actionable question that required a unique answer. Not what do you think, but what's one thing you are implementing from this today. This created conversion, and conversion created loyalty, and loyalty created even get lists who shared their content organically. I looked at on my own content. I was asking generic question or no question at all. I was creating content at people, not with them. Finding 5. The traffic diversification strategy lost funding, and this was the most actionable. Every competitor getting consistent traffic had a 3 problem minimum rule. On long form YouTube or blog, on short form platform Instagram, TikTok or Twitter, and on platform email list. But the AI showed me the pattern of how they connected them. Long form content established authority, short form content created discoverability, and both cold traffic email lists converted browsers into buyers, and they were repurposing strategically. On YouTube videos become 5 Instagram reels, 10 Twitter threads, 3 blog posts, and email newsletter. Same core idea, different formats. I was creating fresh content for every platform. That's why I burned out in 2023. I was working 10 years harder than I needed to. So after seeing all this data, I made 5 immediate changes to my business. Changes 1. I restructured my content calendar using the 80-20% rule for value pieces for every on promotional pieces. Changes 2. I created a keyword map that targets people at every stage of awarenesses, not just people ready to buy. Changes 3. I rewrite my positioning to be more relatable. I started sharing my features openly, like that mechanic job I had back in 2018 or 19. Turns out that story about learning to denoise problem systematically. That rejoiced and with people learning marketing. Changes 4. I built an engagement framework into every piece of content. Now I ask specific questions that create actual conversions. Changes 5. I set up a repurposing system on core pieces of content how become 15 plus assets across platform. And here's the result so far. In just 3 weeks, my average watch time went up 32%, my email list growth doubled, and I get more meaningful comments and DM than I had in previous 6 months combined. That is not magic, that's just understanding what's already working and apply it inadvertently. Alright, so if you want to do this yourself, here's the action plan. Step 1. Identify 5 to 10 commenters in your niche who are where want to be. Don't pick the absolute biggest, pick people who went maybe 2 to 3 years ahead of you. Their strategies are same replaceable. Step 2. Use the 7-pillar framework I showed you earlier. Feed it into ChatGPT with links to their website, YouTube channels, or social profiles. Ask to analyze each pillar. Step 3. Look for patterns, not tactics. Don't just copy with what one person is doing. Look up for what all successful people in your space are doing consistently. That's the pattern. Step 4. Create different map. Once you see what everyone else is doing, ask what they're not doing that I could own. That's on unique angle. Step 5. Test and measure. Implement on changes at time to track result. Not everything will work for your space audience. And that's okay. Here's the truth. I wasted 2 years trying to figure out the stuff out on my own. I started on December 3rd, 2021 from my auntie's house in Sirivandar with zero clue what I was doing and failed at service, CP marketing, his ads, and the list goes on. But every failure threw out me something and using AI to analyze my competitors. That's just accelerate learning. You are learning from other people's successful A&D and failures without having to live throughout all them yourself. Look, there's not just shortcut building a real business, but there are smarter ways to do it and understanding what already working in your industry. That's not cheating, that's a bring strategy. If you helped this video, do me a favor, hit the like button. It will now show up the more people who need it. Subscribe if you want more honest, data-driven strategies like this. No hype, no BS, just real techniques that work. And drop a comment below what's on commenters you are going to analyze this week. I read every comment and I'd love to know what you discover. Remember, you don't have to figure out this all out alone. I am just a few steps ahead, sharing what's working. Let's build together. I will see you in the next one.